Canada was spectacular with the mountains, and in Hong Kong you've got this amazing harbour that you're rowing right in the middle of.
Es ist hier halt beeindruckend, wenn man dort hinten dann den Wolkenkratzer stehen hat. Es ist ein super Gefühl, vor allem wenn man um die halbe Welt gereist ist dafür.
It's actually kind of nice as a bow because I can find points on the water that I want to aim at, and I can hold my line a lot easier rather than a neutral landscape.
Plaignait les deux dernières éditions d'avoir des plans d'eau très calmes et très abrités. Pour le coup, là, on a des conditions très changeantes, très agitées.
So there's a natural chop that just is small waves like kicking around, and then there's the boat waves that really come up and over.
There's not a great rhythm to it. That's the challenge of Hong Kong, is that because of the harbour and because of all the boats that are, doing their daily business, they create this sort of like washing machine effect where you don't know what's going to come.
I'm Jerry Owen. I'm here at the World Rowing Coastal Champs 2019 in Hong Kong, where we've just been looking at what's so different about coastal boats and coastal rowing. The boats need to be really stable for coastal rowing because obviously you've got massive waves and mess and wash from all the boats around you, especially here in Victoria Harbour with all the big ships going past. They're super wide. You see them compared to a riverboat, which is really skinny, like narrower than your hips, and they're really big. Secondly, the boats spin really easily, so compared to a riverboat where you either need to go like straight line for 2K or just follow the meanders of a river. In this you've got buoy turns where you just need to like spin on a sixpence up to like 180 degrees in some courses. So the boats are a lot shorter. It doesn't really matter if you get hit by a massive wave as well. The boats are self-bailing, so any water that comes in just drains straight out the back. So you can literally put them 10 meters underwater and they'll just pop straight back up, all the water will drain out. Yeah, is there anything much to say?
First of the A finals here in the Coxed Women's Quadruple Sculls, and a few crews dangerously close to the line there coming out of the blocks. We can see a really good start for Denmark, who press ahead into that first turning point 1,340 metres away. But it's going to be Spain 1 that reach that turning point first, represented by Alicante. They've managed to get the lead ahead of Monaco. Denmark again still in that chasing pack, and a really tight turn there for Hong Kong China. Great for the home fans to have a crew up here with all of the support. But Oh gosh, disaster there for the crew from Monaco. They were right up there and they were in the middle winning pack, but they'll slip back now on that turning point, on turning point 4, having crashed into the buoy. Just goes to show you that navigation is so important here. A huge flotilla of boats heading now towards turning point 5. They've got to do it all again, that loop here in the A final. 6 kilometres now for these boats to race. But coming into the final straight, it's going to be Spain 1 that comes across the line in first position, but we have been informed that Spain 1 will face a time penalty for going through the line too early, which allowed Hong Kong China to come through and clinch victory in the women's quadruple Cox sculls. Russia in silver and Denmark in bronze. Coastal men's double sculls A final lining up now to see who will be crowned champion. And Ireland hitting the line at pace there. Ireland won with a great start. You can just see how close all of these 16 boats are to one another. The proximity is just so close on the run up to that first turning point. It's Monaco with the best of the starts, but it's going to be really close, and a big old pile up there going on behind them. They're going to have to look back at all of these boats clashing into one another on that first turning point as they power away into turning point 2 ahead of Hong Kong China. Our leading 3 as it stands at the moment, Monaco, Hong Kong, China, Ukraine up there as well, and they'll take turning point 5 in medal winning positions, but Spain 1 also there in 4th, trying to get in the mix on the podium, but they'll have to take this buoy turn really quickly, and now a big sweeping bend back towards the finish line. Spain 1 just undercutting the rest of the field. They're really trying to push on, and they've now overtaken Ukraine, and it's going to be the target now for them to overtake the 2 crews in front of them. Hong Kong China now into 3rd position. Spain 1 keep pressuring on Monaco, and that pressure has made Monaco and Hong Kong China to come to a crash. Ukraine then coming up the outside, they'll fall into silver medal position behind Spain 1, and Monaco will come over in bronze medal position. Spain 1 champions in this event.
À plein de choses, c'est varié, c'est jamais la même chose. C'est ça que j'aime bien, c'est que de faire plein de choses différentes. De la gym, de l'haltérophilie, du cardio, et il y a un peu cette ambiance qu'on retrouve en mer, c'est que tout le monde s'encourage et tout le monde s'aide. Au début, je me coinçais les doigts dans les vagues, j'avais mal aux mains parce que t'es vachement crispé sur les avirons. Et puis du coup, ça m'a plu, le fait de faire un parcours, de ne pas être en ligne, de négocier le courant, de surfer la vague, c'est des sensations complètement différentes.
Elle a une puissance énorme, une résistance et un mental très fort. Et c'est vrai qu'elle est impressionnante à suivre. Moi, ça me plaît. J'aime pouvoir justement compter sur elle et vraiment pas se poser de questions. C'est tous les deux qu'on peut compter l'un sur l'autre et qu'il n'y en a pas un qui va craquer avant l'autre.
Tout le monde me demande t'as peut-être l'âge d'arrêter. Ah bon? Après, je trouve que l'âge, c'est dans la tête. Il n'y en a qu'une vie. Et moi, j'ai envie d'en profiter, que ce soit à 40 ans, 50 ans, 60 ans. Déjà, j'ai une petite fille qui a 3 ans et demi, qui est très dynamique. Donc, j'ai envie d'être aussi très dynamique pour pouvoir faire plein de choses avec elle. Je suis bien dans ma peau, je suis bien, je trouve que la vie est belle, j'ai envie de profiter et je suis en pleine forme, alors j'ai envie de continuer d'être comme ça.
The women's solo now, and a really big lineup in this event with plenty of medalists from last year back again. And it's going to be one of those medalists who hits the line at pace. Jessica Behrer out of the blocks with a really quick start. She's opted to stay right out on the far side, out of the mix of the other solo scullers, but the fastest starter of them all is Dimchenko of Ukraine. She's trying to hold on to her title that she won last year in 2018, and she's claimed the gold medal the year before that as well. Such an accomplished oarswoman. She's tackling the waves, you can see there, that's being pushed at her from the commercial vehicles out there on the port, and she's just controlling the water, pushing the waves back to Jessica Behrer, who sits in second position, in silver medal position around that turning point there. It's then Jannica van der Molen having a battle for third place alongside Maria Berg of Sweden. These two always big competitors here at the World Rowing Coastal Championships in the solo. Van der Molen looking to clinch the bronze medal here to add to her tally from last year. And coming around the final turning point and in towards the line, it's going to be Diana Dimchenko, the champion in the women's solo, ahead of silver medal to Jessica Behrer of France. It's then going to be Jannica van der Molen for the Netherlands to claim the bronze medal. A 16-boat lineup here in the A final of the Coastal Women's Double Sculls, and we're in for an exciting race here. We've got last year's silver medalists returning once again, the Conu sisters of France, in the pink headgear in the midday sun, taking measures to protect themselves and keep themselves as cool as possible around this 6-kilometre course. And they've made a really good start out in the tailwind section towards turning point 1, but they've got to be conscious of the fact the Russians are coming up towards their left there, and the Russians sneak past them on the run up to turning point 2. That's a really sharp hairpin bend as they return around the course once again. It's going to be Russia in the gold medal position. There's more clashes further back in the field, and they're not in the medal position, so that's not going to hurt anyone looking to secure a podium level position up front. 3 medal contenders here, Russia, France and Hong Kong, China. They power towards that finish, and it's a long 1,100 metre straight now back in towards the waves that they have to contend with, and you can just see how choppy the water is now, like a washing machine into the finish. And it's Russia across the line in gold medal position. It's then going to be France into the silver medal position. That's France 3, and then in bronze, Hong Kong, China. Extremely competitive A final here for the Coastal men's solo. all of last year's medalists competing here again in Hong Kong, China, but with the new addition of Adrian Miramon Quiroga for Spain. Having just won a gold medal at the World Rowing Beach Sprint Finals a week earlier, he's back once again to try his hand at the enduro distance. A champion from 2014 and 15, he's taken a break and come back now, and as he moves into the lead, he'll go ahead of last year's silver medalist Lars Wickert of Germany. It's then a mass of scullers going for the bronze medal position, and a fight at the moment seems to be between Martini for Italy and Eduardo Linares Ruiz, the gold medalist from last year, in that pack, chasing for bronze alongside Mitchell Steenman of the Netherlands. So a few scullers there with a chance of getting onto the podium, but it's going to be the man right here, Adrian Miramon Quiroga, who's going to be around that sweeping bend into the waves in the gold medal position. And this is where the fight for the bronze medal is here. Mitchell Steenman chasing hard to Martin to try and overwhelm him on the podium. But there's the champion right there, Adrian Miramon Quiroga for Spain, ahead of Lars Wickert for Germany. And it's then going to be Martini for Italy that crosses in bronze.
Well, American Samoa has been rowing sweeping for over 100 years. So sculling is a new technique for us. And you know, we just got the boats back in August, so we've been pretty tight on training.
Inside the harbor, we train there morning and afternoon. In the morning around 5 and in the afternoon after work. So, you know, it's something that we really commit these past 3 months to train for.
This opportunity is bigger, and we realize it's bigger than just us, you know. Our kids in American Samoa only have really 2 ways to get off the island, which is football and the Army. So we want to try and make this an opportunity to have kids, you know, get scholarships and everything else to get off the island as well.
Back home, we only battle with the currents, but over here you have boats coming in and out. It's a pretty busy harbor, and to put it kind of a way you can relate, it's kind of like a washing machine for us.
The hardest thing for us was balancing with the cross currents and cross waves coming through. We're really close, you know, training for that long, that quickly, and that hard really brought us together.
We're friends back home, and you know, it helped, you know, knowing that to bear each other's burdens and you know, just row, and you know that we're all here, we're all suffering, but to go together and just push all the way through.
And now the coastal men's coxed quadruple sculls, always a fast and furious event, the biggest boat category offered here at the World Rowing Coastal Championships. And you can see 3 boats just starting to make a move there, led by Monaco, who sit in gold medal position on the run up to turning points 1 and 2. Oh gosh, a bit of a disaster there at turning point 2 for Monaco as they take it too wide, allowing the Italians to sneak round the inside. Italy 2, followed by Italy 1, going round into the second loop of this 6-kilometre course. Italy just dominating at the front of the field. You can see Monaco have slipped back through the rankings in the distance there, but it's going to be Spain who start to make moves on the outside of the course. They're vying for a podium position, and as we come into the final stretches of this course, you just can see how dominant Italy have been throughout the entirety of these turns, and they're going to be just as dominant now coming into the final straight and into the finish. It's going to be Italy 2 that will be leading the way. What a great 1-2 here into the final stages. Italy 2 will cross the line in the gold medal position. Italy 1 will have to settle for silver as they move towards the line. And then it's going to be Spain who are successful in making the podium by moving into bronze medal position.
I think we're both pretty long, and we've had similar coaches, which coached us in the same stroke rhythm.
And we are both, we like to race. So if the beep is on, the start of the race, we are both very aggressive. So that's a good match. Our diet is the win-win diet. That means that's most healthy diet for the human body, but also for the planet. That's the reason why we call it win-win. And it's based on a lot of fruits and veggies. We never eat animals, and yeah, we are really happy with it. I'm very happy that I found another person who really likes it to play outside, even when we become a little bit older.
I probably do the talking, telling what to do when, and I do the steering. And she sets the rhythm.
That's all I do.
Yeah,
I push as hard as I can because I trust him. I know he is the best in steering. I know he is the best in looking for the right positions.
If you do a men's pair or whatever, and your training doesn't go according to plan, and you end up in a bit of an argument, then it's really easy to go home and just put everything away. But now you come home together, and well, you would have the argument at home as well. So
but we never have an argument.
Okay. We are fit. We've practiced a lot on the choppy waters, so I don't see any reason why we shouldn't win gold again.
There are some good other crews, but
it's going to be tough, and it's probably going to be tougher than last year.
Yeah.
Because everybody is more prepared than they were last year, I think. But we'll see how it all ends up.
The last event of the championships, the A final of the coastal mixed double sculls. and hitting the line at pace yet again. They've timed this to perfection. The Netherlands, the combination of Steenman and Van der Molen, trying to get back into the medals again this year, having dominated with the gold medal last year. But one crew that they're yet to face is the Ukrainians. This new combination of Ivanov and Dimchenko is a really strong outfit. They've come together for the first time at this World Championships, and they will move into the gold medal position ahead of Steenman and Van der Molen. So they're the Ukraine powering away ahead of the Netherlands and Spain. Spain represented by Adrian Miramon-Quiroga in the stroke seat, doubling up into this mixed double sculls event, the same as the Netherlands and also the same for Ukraine. So another long 6 kilometres for these athletes, and it's going to be Ukraine sweeping around the bend in gold medal position. Unfortunate, really, for last year's silver medalists there, Alfred and Lidar, who fall back into 5th position. They're not going to be contenders for the podium this year, but the champions in this mixed double sculls event, it's going to be Ukraine crossing the line victorious ahead of the Netherlands in silver medal position. And it's then going to be a bronze medal for Spain.